This look was supposed to be like a fall sweater weather look. It actually kind of screams winter to me a little bit more just because it's the berry and the cool tone gray. So, I mean, you can wear this with whatever, but it'll go really well with any of your sweaters that you have, especially if they're neutral toned, just because we're doing the bold lip. So today I'm gonna do this matte kind of fall winter makeup look. So I think this bold berry lip is seasonal. It goes really well with those sweaters and knits. If we haven't met, I'm Karina. Welcome. I'm a makeup artist and I focus all of my makeup looks on natural, wearable, classy, elegant, timeless beauty. So if you're into that kind of makeup, then definitely subscribe. So for this look, I want it to be all matte. But because I don't tend to go for matte foundations because I do have quite dry skin, I got this sample-sized foundation from Sephora. It's the NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation. I've never tried it before, so we're gonna try it in this video today. It's in the shade Fiji, and it actually matches my skin tone perfectly, which is pretty sweet because I feel like when you're ordering samples and just trying to pick colors online, that never happens. First thing I'm doing is just going in with a moisturizer. Because my skin is so dry and I'm using this matte foundation today, I don't want my skin to look lifeless when I put the matte foundation on, so it's super important to like get a lot of hydration right before you go to apply your makeup. And then this may sound kind of counterintuitive, but I'm actually gonna go in with the Hollywood Flawless Filter. I'm gonna put that on my skin first and then put the matte foundation on top. I'm hoping that'll make my foundation look more like lively, but not glowy or dewy. This stuff is pretty subtle, so I think if I wear it under that matte foundation, I'll get that perfect finish that I'm after. My goal is to have a matte look. I'm not gonna have any highlighter or anything like that, but I still don't want it to look lifeless or dull. So I'm literally just gonna put this on like all over my face and blend it in with my fingers so that I have kind of this natural glow underneath that matte foundation. If you have oily skin, you could probably skip this step. It's already snowing in Calgary, so it doesn't feel like fall anymore. It feels like the dead center of winter, which means extremely dry air and, for me, dry skin and dry lips. All right, so I got a little bit of glow there. I'm gonna go in with my foundation now, and I'm just gonna start to buff that in with my buffing brush. Well, it's definitely a lot fuller coverage than I'm used to wearing, and way more matte than I'm used to wearing. But I just kind of had this look envisioned in my mind today, and I'm going for it. Then I'm gonna take my Fenty Beauty cream bronzer in Macchiato, and I am using a cream today because I want my face, like I said, to still have life to it. I just want it to be like a soft, kind of diffused, matte look. The reason I'm using the cream is because I think it's gonna just look a little bit more natural in the end, and I just don't want anything to look too dry on my skin right now. So I'm not doing anything crazy. I'm just kind of gently warming up the face a little bit with some bronzer. Just gonna do a little bit of concealing in my inner corner and kind of outer corner of the eye here. Very lightly, I don't really need too much. Okay, I need to put a little bit of blusher on, but I'm actually gonna do my lips first because I find that when I do my lips first, I'm gonna do like a pretty bold berry color. So I wanna see how much blush I need to add after that. I find it just a lot easier to see how much blush to add to my face after I do my lips, because once you put your lips on, you can kind of tend to look a little bit more washed out. So determining the amount of blush needed after and the color tone is just an easier way to ensure that your whole look is kind of seamless. The lip color I had in mind today is the Viva Glam 3 by MAC, and it's just a really pretty kind of like fall winter berry color. I used it in my French Girl video and I actually really loved that makeup look, but I used it in a completely different way. So for that one, I just kind of smudged it on my lip, like almost like a stain, and it had kind of blurred edges. No liner, and it was just like a very subtle way to wear the lipstick. But today I'm gonna go full on and really put it on there, and then I'm gonna go ahead and do a nice line with a matching liner. Okay, so see what I mean? I just look so washed out and like ghostly now. So now we're gonna add the blush. I have this sample from Rare Beauty. I haven't tried anything from their line yet. I'm gonna go in with this color Bliss. It's one of her matte blushes. This one right here. Just kind of like a pretty pink. And I know by watching a lot of reviews that they're very, very highly pigmented blushes. I'm just gonna use the same brush. This is the contour brush by Real Techniques. I use this so much for my bronzing and my blush, especially when they're cream products. I love this brush. So just picking up a very small amount of it, we're just gonna start kind of right on the apples and work our way back. Oh yeah, that's very pigmented. See, I knew that and I still probably wasn't careful enough. So everyone's videos are definitely accurate. If you buy one of her blushes, a tiny bit will go a very long way. And yeah, they blend in really, really nicely, and I would definitely purchase one of those. There's not like so many cream blushes on the market. There's mostly powders, so I think it's nice that her line launched cream blushes. If you have any Rare Beauty products, then let me know and let me know what you think about them. Okay, so I just want a little bit more definition to my cheek, so I'm just going in with my Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder. This is in the shade Medium, and I'm just gonna take a very small amount and just right at the top of my ear, make it a little bit more kind of defined, but I'm not gonna bring it down very far. And I don't wanna wear too much because it's daytime and I'm just not going for anything heavy. I just brought my lights down a little bit. I felt like I was a little blown out or something, but I'm pretty happy with the way everything looks so far. So I'm gonna set my face because I want it to stay matte, and then we'll move on to eyes. So I have a Sigma tapered highlighter F35, and I'm just going in with my MAC Studio Fix powder, and I'm just gonna kind of lightly set my face, just filling in my beauty mark. For eyebrows, I'm just gonna run the Fiber Gel by MAC through. This is in the color Stylized. And then I'll just fill in any blank spots with a brow pencil. For my eyes, I just wanna give them like a very soft kind of wash of color that ties in with my lip, and then do lots of lashes and mascara. For me, it's always emphasis on the lip or emphasis on the eyes. I really don't like doing both on the same look. So I'm gonna use the Soft Glam palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I'm gonna mix these two shades, Tempera and Dusty Rose. The reason I'm mixing them is because I don't want it to be too harsh of a rose color on my lid, but I just want a little bit of a shade on my eyes just to kind of define them a little bit but not draw too much attention to them. So I'm just taking a fluffy blending brush. This is the JH35. I'm gonna dip it into both of those shades and really tap it off, and then I'm just gonna lightly place that on my lid and up into my crease. See, it's just bringing a little bit of a shade into it, but it's not completely blank. I think it's just really pretty and subtle. And I'm gonna keep this matte as well. I'm not gonna put any shimmer color on the center. Because this is so subtle, you can even kind of bring it almost right up into your eyebrow. You could also just pick a blush and put that on your lid in a really subtle way. Don't have to have this palette. I'm gonna run that on the bottom as well, just on the outer corner. And then just going in with that Tempera shade with a little definer brush, just do the inner corners. Curling my lashes, just putting on one coat of mascara because I am gonna put some kind of wispy lashes on, which is another thing I don't do that often, but I just wanted this look to be soft and lashy with the emphasis being on my lip. These are just some Ardell wispy lashes. They just have a very light band on them, and I just put a very thin layer of glue. I'm gonna pop those on. Obviously, you don't have to wear lashes at all. You can keep it just at the mascara. You can do whatever you want, but I just felt like going the extra mile today. While I'm waiting for the top lashes to dry, I'm just gonna put on a little bit of bottom mascara as well. Final step, I am gonna spray everything with a setting spray. This is just the MAC Fix Plus, because as I already said, because it's a matte look, I just don't want it to look dull, and especially on my dry skin where I feel like it just sucks up the makeup. Spraying it will just kind of bring everything back to life, give that really soft and kind of diffuse look on the cheek and make it a little bit more natural looking, but we're still gonna be completely matte once this dries. That is my final look complete. I think it looks really, really nice with this gray, just because the cool tone on the face matches the cool tone in the sweater, and you can wear this in the fall and the winter. I'm actually kind of getting more wintry vibes from this, but it doesn't matter. You can wear it whenever you want. I really like how it turned out. I like the NARS matte foundation. I wasn't really sure just because I never wear matte foundation, but it is really nice. It laid on my skin really, really nicely. So if you're looking for a matte foundation, I would recommend that based off of my one use, my first use. I'm sorry about the lighting in this video. It was kind of all over the place. You can see in the back here, it's just like beaming in my window still. So probably not the best time of day to film a video. Note to self. But if you stuck with me and you made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.